That's just a carp. Wallowed in. Oh, you bugger. Yeah. It's a nice fish. Whatever this is, it's a carp. Oh, wrong again. Tench. Right, guys, the maggie's already started. I've had to pop to the tackle shop and get some maggots because I accidentally forgot mine. We're here at Acorn Fishery today on Tuesday Open. It's really, really full. There's a lot of anglers here today. It's been another heavy frost, so we've probably the second decent frost of the year. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out with a single maggot on. I'm not going to feed. I've just fed down to my left, so I've got a line down to my left, which is the same depth as this. And on this peg 34, you can catch down to your left quite often. There's a nice shallow flattish area that's quite flat, whereas out in front of me, the same depth, it's not so flat. But I don't feel right. I just feel like these fish, because it's gone cold, will be sitting mid-water. And you've almost got a dob for him, so I'm just going to have a little dob and a few spots. Just going to give it 10 minutes dobbing around on a couple of spots where the float's just touching the slope, on the sort of steep slope. So the maggot's just falling in. See what we catch, see if there's anything there at all before we put any bait in. I've also plumbed to my left in the full depth water at the bottom of the deepest slope, a little line for silvers. I shan't be too hesitant to go onto that, so I feel like what I'm doing here is not going to produce any early fish in the form of carp or better stamp fish. Then I'm going to go onto that with pellets and ground bait like I have been doing at Shipp Lake recently. Little tiny indication on the float there. And just see if I can catch silvers. That's the plan. But I feel like there's half a chance that I could catch dobbing, little bits and bobs, up the far bank. I ain't got any bread with me for dob prop. I don't feel like it's bread time. I feel like there's definitely fish there. If they're on the bottom or not. So I've got two rigs, same depth, but the reason I've done that instead of just sharing that rig between the two spots, because the shotting pattern's similar and the float's the same, is because I want to adjust the depth on this one. I might want to go further up the bank into the slightly shallower water, or I might just want to come off the bottom where I am now and just fish like mid-depth for maggot dangling down. A couple of indications on the float which makes me think there might be fish shallow or above the, just sitting there, touching the line. So not that. So the maggots down to my left-hand edge is the only bait I've introduced so far. And that's going to be for at least 20 minutes before I decide what's going on. Bob just had 1-2 pegs to my right. Little line. Yeah. The rig's just moved. It's very, very still today. There's no movement, and that rig's just drifted to the left, having sat still for ages, and then dipped under a little bit. Which is saying to me, so a tiny little fish which I'd expect to walk, or fish that are not on the bottom, bumped into the line. So I fed that line to my left, but I expect that line to be good later. But I thought I'd just put some bait in there, hold any fish that might be there, any fish that come in. Just give them a reason to be there. And then I could loose feed, but it's very difficult to loose feed accurately because it's like a totally white sky. So I have to make my mind up what I'm going to do later on. So I feel like this time of year when it's cold, you don't really want to be loose feeding over too big of an area. Kev on the peg next door's got one. Keep an eye on at what depth he's fishing at. Right, I'm going to switch you guys off while I try and suss this out. And we'll save some batteries catching a bit. Right guys, just click the chest cam on. We're we're 25 minutes into the match. I've had 2 small carp, little stockies, like £1, £1.50. And I ain't fed anything over there, just hold the maggot in. But I've just took this one, but this is not a good, this is a foul hooked, I think. Just a little dip on the float, and when I lifted up, he was the float came out of the water a couple of inches before I connected with the fish. So it makes me think this fish was just off the bottom. I don't think it's a massive fish, but I do think it's hooked in the tail because it's just got that wiggle to it. So if I put the camera on, give you a little update. So I've not fed anything over there, just put a single maggot in. And I couldn't find a flat spot there, so what I've done is I've sort of plumbed up to the flattest bit of the slope that I can, be happy fishing on, and then I've just sort of made sure that the rig is lying up the slope a little bit, so it's out of the way. Just looking for odd fish to try and pick the bait up. And I had a few weird indications before I had proper bites. I just think there's a few. Few fish there, but this one's just bumped into the line rather than taking the bait. There's probably a lot of fish there not quite feeding. I've not got a very strong hook length on, so I'm probably careful. I'm fishing as light as I dare. I've got 0.10 on because it's that time of year. I'm not doing big weights. And it does make a difference to how many fish you hook at this time of year. No doubt about it. It's not fighting too hard, but he's not near the surface yet. Maybe if he comes up near the surface I can get a scoop on him. Second there, looked like he was coming up. There he is, he's foul up these days. Well, if you had heavy gear on, you would have pulled and not got that fish out. You nicked him right in the middle, right under his middle fin there. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. He's going to be a 4 or 5 pounder, ain't he? See what the scales say. Look, the scale says 6. Right, guys, it's 50 minutes in, and I just ran out and replumbed one of the spots where I've been catching without any feed. So I just lost a foul looker. Nice foul looking fish, and just because it's really up and down that bottom, I found I've sort of settled on a better spot. I think is a better spot. Tapped in 4 or 5 maggots, put the rig in over the top, just gently dipped, and I've got one on. I'm not sure if it's foul looker Kev or not. I don't think it is. I didn't lift the rig out of the water when I struck into it, but that don't always mean it's not, does it? If he's not foul hooked, he was down on the bottom feeding because the float stayed where it was, if you know what I mean. As I was just explaining to Kev there, not sure. I don't feel like this is a foul looker, but if it isn't a foul looker, it's very big. Like I said to you before, and you've got 0.10 hook length on and little 18 silverfish hook on. So you've got to be careful. If this is a double figure fish, then it's going to be worth a lot of points. Could be massive today, fish like this. Oh yeah, it's a very big fish hooked in the mouth. It's a unit, Kev. Yeah, double. Looked like it was hooked in the mouth or close to the mouth. Big common. Seems to be getting angrier though, rather than weaker. Right down the other swimmers and disturb that, which is nice of him. So, in my mind, I was thinking lower down the silvers today, but when I drew this peg, I knew there was a chance of carp, which is why I started on the maggot. Wow, he's woke up now. It's like he's got rat around him. That's a big fish Bob just had on it. Bob just got a good one, hasn't he? Too big for me net. I had to go for him there, but you've got to get him in head first in these smaller nets, and he was just come up the wrong way around. Long lean common, he's not there. I just looked him on the outside of the mouth, which is probably why I had so much problems with him. He's not quite as big as I thought he was. He's got 8. So I'm in the middle of a run of 4 fish in 4 puts. Little carp, and then I had £2 perch, and then I've had a skimmer at about £1.50, and I've just had that £2 carp. I took a shot off the float. I was lifting at too many little indications, and that seems to have helped the situation, so I'm not really seeing those tiny little indications now, I'm just seeing positive bites. And just kinder potting in 10 maggots every single time I go out, and just very delicate, nicely strung out rig, just sliding in. Not very delicate, but you know, delicate-ish. Nice 010 bottom, 18 hook. It just seems to be presenting it quite nicely for him. So I thought I'd turn the cameras on, get an update. So I've got 30. Yeah, got a bite, there we are. But that's how fast I've been catching for 5 fish in a row. I've got £34 on my clicker. And I've probably got £5 silvers as well. And things are going well. It's only 2 hours in. If, you know, at this rate, a 5-hour match, I'm going to have £70, which is going to be great on a freezing cold morning like today. This is fighting strange. Could be just a stocky carp, because a lot of them do fight strange, or it could be like a tencher or something. Oh, could be anything. Could have been a big perch. Could have been foul hooked. But the sure is, we're never going to know. That was weird, that fight. I think it could have been another big perch, personally. Do pull out of them occasionally. So I'm just going to repeat the process. not fished any other lines yet. I've still been feeding the short maggot line. I haven't even put any pellets in on the pellet line. Pellets are quite an instant bait, so I feel like I've got to go on out at some point. I feel like I haven't got to prime it. I'm just fishing to my spot. Running out my maggots, just holding the rig. Just holding the rig like a few inches out of the water, and then just dropping it when I feel like it's nearly straight. Don't think that's really making any difference, it's just making sure I'm on the spot. Something's got hold of this already, or I'm lying in there. Flips up and down, maybe there's a few fish coming up for them maggots again now. And straight down, I'm waiting, really, a few fish there now waiting. I'll be 6 fish and 6 puts now, literally, as soon as the float's settled. They've been hooked. Hopefully we can get some. Hopefully we can get this one out this time. A little stocky this one is. A little stocky while he's fighting. Loony little fish. Oh, wrong again, tench. They do fight similar, these do, to the stockies. So there's another little 3/4 of a pound tench. And we've got the makings of a mixed bag going on now. It was dominated by carp to start with this line, but it seems like other fish are starting to move in. Which is nice. See if I can badly guess what I've caught again this time. So the float's just coming in to settle now. Bait's been tapped in. Everything's settled. Don't feel like anything intercepted it this time on the way down. It went down nice and steady as it should. So there's a lot of liners now, so a few fish there, and so taking that shot off's helped because I had literally a pimple. And I'll be lifting into these and just foul looking them. I'm just waiting for that. It's a slightly more positive indication. There we are, he's got a small fish this time. I'll just keep ticking away and putting fish in the net. It's a small fish, but he's woke up. It's another lively little thing, a tench or a carp, little carp like that. It's stocky. Just keep repeating the process while it's working. There's no point changing anything. Bob on the end peg seems to be having some big fish. Bob's catching well, ain't he, Kev? Big ones. Time I look up, he's got a proper fish on. He's catching them long, ain't he, in the shallow water? you've got to watch out on these sort of venues. The size of the fish so mixed that somebody could be not catching very many but can still beat you because they got the better stamp. Because there are a lot of 7-8 pound size fish in here, 9-10 pounders as well. So if somebody's getting a few of them, you need to get 4 on their head of me already. So you do have to be careful. You think you're doing alright because you get lots of bites, but not always the case. Again, this fish is slow and staying out, so I feel it could be a good fish. Something different. Or a big carp. Could be a big silver or a big carp, this one. It's something weird. It's a big silver, this. It's not pulling on, it's not powerful enough to be a carp. No, it's just a carp. It's wallowed in. Nice size carp. Thought he was foul looked for a second because he came upside down. Got him under the chin lot. Perhaps he didn't even know he was hooked. There's a few fish down there. Let's disgorge this boy out. Can't get my fingers on it. Is he going to be 4? 4? Let's see. Yeah, he's gone 4. Just seems to mean that you miss it a bit more. Just a few bites there, but we got one in the end. A little carpy by the feel of it. Something of that nature, small carp, small tench. Seems to be the vast majority. It's a bit weightier now. Woke up. If it's up properly, it's a slightly better fish, I think. That's just a lively, stocky, little ghosty, I think. Ghosty collar. A little ghosty mirror, sorry. And here's a little pound in the bag. Right guys, 1 o'clock, 3 hours in. Still catching down this same hole. I'm still feeding the other short maggot line, because I have to come off this. I might come off it anyway if I feel like I need to catch bigger fish. I've just had a 20-minute quiet spell. I had to put another keep netting. It's got to £50. I'm on 55 now. But I've got to £50 to put another keep netting. I didn't want to, I don't like to put too much in the net unless I have to. I think £60 the limit today, but I'll just try to click to 50. See how we go. And then I ain't really had I've had a skimmer and a couple of little tiny carp, and then it's gone really quiet on me. And I couldn't work out what was happening, so what I've done is I've just cut back on the amount of maggot that I'm putting in the pot each time. I think I sort of slowly started to put more and more in, get more and more confident, and if we saw within 3 quick little stockies, so that's nice. I'm going to stick with that for now, so I'm sort of putting sort of 8 or 10 maggots in maximum. I reckon I was putting 15 or 20 in before. Might have been a few too many down there, too many choices, and so I wasn't getting the bites quickly. Something like that. Or it might just be coincidence, but so I'm just going to stick to that for a bit and see. It's that awkward time of the day now where the fish don't really want to feed, so you're going to nick what you can. At 1 o'clock, got 2 hours to go, so another hour, and then it will start to get better if it's going to get better. Might be able to have a look on the short line, or this long line might just come good. Feel like it's highly unlikely I'm going to be on the pellets unless a sudden drop off in performance from this swim. I don't think is likely. it's not impossible. So I've got £55 on my clicker. I've probably got more like 48, 47, 48 pound, because you over click those little fish a little bit. But I've got silvers to bring it back up to close to 55 anyway, so it'll probably be about that. Got two nice skimmers, a little tench and a nice perch. So we've got £4 or £5 there for sure. To bring me back up to what I roughly think I've got. Don't know generally how the place is fishing. They need a lot of splashing going on. Bites are very delicate. That was ridiculously delicate bite, that was. I'm getting a lot of bites, and I'm fishing quite light, and I'm fishing very delicate. I don't know if that's giving me an advantage, or if I'm just on fish. I'm probably on fish. I'm definitely on fish. It's a good peg, this peg. It's been performing quite well since the reopening. This fish is keeping its head down. A slightly better fish, or it's not quite hooked in the chops. Might be hooked in the... No, he's hooked nicely. Just a powerful little shit bag. So the pound, I'll put him a pound. He was probably a little bit more than a pound, but he weren't quite 2. So what I'll usually do is I catch another one like that, I'll click it 2. This is a small fish, silver fish. Skinny. A roach maybe? Is that a roach? It's probably roach. Hybridy that is. Looking a bit hybridy to me, that was. As it seems to me like these as fish are getting smaller. I was, mate, not as well as I was. I have caught, but I'm not catching at the moment as well as I was. It's getting harder. When I put my next net in, that was it. Right, guys, hour to go. Just thought I'd turn you on while I'm playing this fish. This is the first decent fish I've caught. It's the first decent fish. I've caught lots of fish, nice fish. This is the first big carp I've caught for a while now. I've had a lot. When I put another net in, I've had a run of really small stockies sort of in the pan bracket. And I ain't been able to catch anything big, and I've had some skimmers and another couple of nice little perches which are nice. I haven't, foul looked a couple of carp shallow. This one's gone down at it. He's a 5 or 6 pounder, this one. Maybe a bit bigger. That's what we want some of these. I want to boost our weight up. And he just nicked him in the inside of the mouth with a look. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone 6 on there. Felt like a liner. Felt like a foul locker. So it might not be. Just had that feel of a fish that wasn't on the bottom. I don't know why my 360 camera keeps turning itself off, but it's turned itself off again. What we'll do is we'll turn it back on. Maybe this cold weather's disagreeing with it, so it'll come back on. I think it's hooked in the mouth, this one now, because he's fighting a bit more normal. He's just sort of 2 or 3 pounder hooked in the chops. £3. One sort of better stamp. Just boosted us up £10 straight away, these two fish. I'll probably go £3, he will. I should think. Oh, not quite. Not quite, we'll click him 2. But he was 2 and a bit. I'm very cold now. I'll be glad to get in the warm. I've had a great day's sport so far. The fishery's in excellent form at the moment since its revamp. It's just a shame that I haven't been able to get on it as much as I have done in previous years, just due to you wanting to fish other venues and other competitions, not because I've got any reason not to come here now. I should have been on the Winter League here really, but I've booked a holiday right in the middle of it, so it ruined that. I've booked a holiday which clashes with the dates of it, so I didn't bother putting my name down because I wouldn't have been able to do it justice. Right guys, I've got about 20 minutes to go. I'm hoping my cameras will keep staying on today. I don't know if the cold weather's getting to them or not. Oh, one of them's coming off already, but look at these roach I'm having. Just down on the left hand, I'm going to just stick to the chest cam because for whatever reason the other camera's is playing up today. I'll have a look at what's going on, see if there's a problem. So where I've been big potting down to my left all day, so I'd go on it for the last half an hour. I went on it and I had 3 nice roach and 3 puts, but I thought this ain't working properly, you know. Perhaps we'll have to come off it. Then I hooked a big carp, but I lost him. I think he was foul hooked. I played him for quite some time. I think he was foul hooked. So I thought, well, there's carp there, so I need to give it another go. So I tapped a little bit more maggot in, went straight over it again, and had another £2 perch. Sadly, I didn't have the cameras on. So that's a shame I didn't have the cameras on, but maybe I'll catch another one before the end. I'll try and get a picture to put on the end of the video for you guys because I've got two perch that are in the £2 bracket now. So I found 6 nice roach from down here, like the one you just seen, plus, like I say, a big perch. I've lost a big carp. So it's been worth going down here and having a look. Got 15 minutes left. Oh, it's just gone under again, another roach. And I'll just top it. I'm just going to give it a little top up. Have a quick. Oh, it was come out. Rushed that one. Just going to give it a quick top up. Just go out on that longer line and see if it's improved out there from, because it was going quite slow before, just before I switched to this line. So we'll just give him a top of a bait. If this longer line doesn't produce, we can go back on it in a second. See my little ring on the little mark I've put on the section, so I know exactly where to hold it when I'm fishing for the up on that spot there, because it's very precise. The spot, there's a nice little flat spot, but it's not very big. So we're just going on this line. Now I left this line about 20 minutes ago, and I put a good pincher maggots on it to hopefully try and keep see if there's any fish out there and anything wants to come in and settle on it. They can. So we'll just go and have a look now, see if anything's come in and settled on it, or whether we're going to finish down that left-hand edge catching roach and whatever else might come along. These big perch love to come in on a big pot of maggot because they can suck the whole lot up. They gorge themselves on their maggots when they get down on them. Straight into something. It looks like it could be another roach. Roachy hybridy sort of thing. This is more of a, this one's a hybrid. That's a roach, is it? It's a roach? Yes, it's a roach. Look at them. Absolutely beauties, aren't they? Nice quality of roach that is if you're catching them one up. I think I'm going to finish short because I was getting more bite short. It's pretty much the same depth down here on where I'm fishing with the down on the edge, same sort of depth rig within a few inches. Just set the two rigs up because I didn't want to have flexibility for the rig on the far bank, so I weren't sure if I was going to have to walk the bank a bit more. As it turned out, I didn't need to, but these two rigs could have fished the same line really because they're almost identical in depth. Here we are. It's a nice fish, whatever this is. It's a carp. Just hoping it's hooked in the mouth. So if this is hooked in the mouth when we get it out, then that justifies the decision to come short, doesn't it? It's definitely not a roach. Very powerful if it's a perch. It's an 8-pound perch. It's either a big carp or it's foul locked because it's not happy. Give me the runabout. It's going to break me in a minute. It's a big fish. Second time I found myself in this predicament. Just can't seem to stop him. It's not like I think it's foul. Look, he's gone. Another one lost down the edge, Kerr. I reckon that was another foul looker. Just couldn't do it with him. Just down to a pimple, but it's hard to see in this light. There we are. Fish on, fish off. Oh, I lost a roach on the whistle. I got 70 odd, Bob. I got some nice silvers as well, so I might bump it up a bit.